Hello Aries, this is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I am about to do your August Love TarotScope. Before I do that, I want to say welcome, and I want to create some sacred space around this reading. May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. And let us see what's going on for Aries for the month of August in terms of love and life. And thank you all for watching my videos, and thank you for commenting, and I'm glad that these videos are helping a lot of people, that people are responding in favorable ways. And so for that I'm grateful. Thank you. And let's see what's coming up this month for August. What does Aries need to know about love in August? Now sometimes, I ask about love, but the tarot usually will tell you what's most important. So if it turns out to be more of a career-based reading, then that just means that the energies are showing career more than love for the month. So don't be too, maybe I should just say love or career for the month of August. What does Aries need to know about love for the month of August? What is coming up for the month of August for Aries? Okay, let's see what's going on. The Two of Wands, the Hierophant, the Six of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Sun, the Death card. Now this doesn't mean death, I'm sure you all know this, but for those of you who don't panic. The Lovers, the Strength, Page of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Okay, let's see. So with the Two of Wands, basically the two is about, you've planted some seeds and you're waiting to see how things are going to develop. The two can relate to a partnership, but nothing's developed. It's at the beginning stages, so there could be a beginning that you're waiting. Now, usually with wands, that relates to business, so it could relate to a career partnership or some project that you're working on. If it has to do with a relationship, it could be the beginning stages of a relationship. So, and with the Hierophant crossing, the Hierophant represents stability, something that's been around for a long time, wanting to do the right thing, wanting to be traditional, to do what's expected of you. So it could be that you're contemplating a relationship and you're wanting to do the right thing by this relationship. You're wanting to maybe you want more of a formal commitment even. Or you want something that's going to last. You want something that is going to have meaning in your life. And Aries is usually kind of a free-spirited soul with a lot of options. You don't like to be tied down too much, but I think you're getting tired of that. And I think you're wanting something that's a little bit more stable. Sometimes the Hierophant can even mean marriage. And if it doesn't mean marriage, it could just mean you want a traditional relationship. You don't want to just play around. You're wanting something more traditional, more solid, more conservative. Or maybe that's your partner too. It could be a partner wanting something from you that's more of a traditional relationship. And so you have to think about if this is what you also want. Because this is the card of the Pope, the Hierophant, the Wisdom Keeper. It's also a card of tradition. if it relates to a business or an institution, it's something that's kind of conservative and been around a long time with strict policies. So it could be a church, or it could be an educational institution. If it's a relationship, you want something that's going to last. You're wanting something that's more traditional than what you've wanted in the past. You don't want to just live with someone. You want someone who's going to be there for you. You want a relationship that's going to last. In the past, you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a victory card. So you may have had some success recently in terms of love or career. But then you have this Five of Swords. This is what concerns me. But actually, the Five of Swords is, even though you've had some success, you may have recently felt victimized. Or you may have felt like you were fighting a battle that you just couldn't win. With the Five of Swords, you might have been dealing with someone's hostility, either within yourself or with someone else. Maybe you feel like someone hasn't treated you fairly and you want to strike back, or you wanted to strike back. But that wasn't really going to do anything for you. It wasn't going to bring a positive outcome. With the Five of Swords, you have to kind of realize, like, cut your losses and move on. Realize when your behavior is not helping the situation. And so you have to leave that behind. So this is an energy that you're wanting to leave behind. And that's an energy of unfairness, hostility, either dealing with your own hostility or the hostility of someone else. You have to know when to fight certain battles and when not to fight certain battles. Because sometimes when you want to be vindictive and you want to fight back, nobody wins. You wind up hurting the people you love and also hurting yourself. So with the Five of Swords, you may have come through a period of difficulty in a relationship where you felt people were being hostile with you or not being fair with you. Maybe you're just seeing something, you're not willing to face the truth about something. Now, you have the Sun coming up in the future. The Sun and the Death card. The Sun is a powerful card. It means that you have the potential to overcome whatever negativity is in the reading. And the Sun can mean that August could be a fun month for you, where you could really connect with someone and have fun and honor your inner child. Maybe in the past you were so wrapped up in this negative situation that you could not, maybe there was a lot of anger and frustration in your past. And you just couldn't enjoy life. But now you're thinking, I have to make some changes, because the Death card is here. The Death gives you the opportunity to transform. The Death card allows you to end a cycle that wasn't being productive, end a cycle where you're hurting yourself and others, and start a new cycle. Get rid of whatever's no longer working. Cut away what's no longer working. And that could be a relationship, but it could also be behavior. Because I'm seeing some cards here where you're actually needing to work on yourself and the way you approach things. Maybe in the past you had too much anger, maybe too much hostility, and this is what you need to leave behind. Aries is kind of impulsive, and sometimes, you might blurt things out or act in a spontaneous kind of way without thinking of the consequences. So, but you have this beautiful potential in the Sun of clearing up the past, clearing up whatever problems you had in the past and starting a new cycle. With the Death card, you're really clearing out, preparing for something new. And you have the Lovers here. The Lovers is a choice that's going to be open to you. There might be someone in your life that you feel a strong attraction for, but you're not sure where you want to take this relationship. And so you have to really make a decision. I think in some ways you know that this person expects a lot from you. This person expects you to be a lot more traditional than you maybe are comfortable with. And so you have to really think, can I live up to what's expected of me? This person's very important to you, but you're going to have to toe the line to be in this relationship. You're going to have to make a choice. And with the Strength card here, the Strength is also about taming that inner wildness. Taming, you might be dealing with someone who is very sensitive, who goes through extremes of emotion. And it could also be you. The Strength card is about learning how to get your needs met without overreacting. Learning to be calm in a crisis. Learning not to be forceful and trying to bully people to get what you want, but learning to be kind and loving. And taming the part within you that wants to be angry, that wants to fight, that wants to make things worse rather than better because you're just reacting to the animal side and you're not using your divine energy, which is the loving part of us. The part that doesn't want to fight, the part that wants peace and harmony, the part that wants to be compassionate and giving. A lot of times the Strength card could mean counseling. You might be thinking about going for counseling, and so that you can learn how to deal with issues of anger or issues of mood swings and emotions that are out of control. It's possible that in the past you had some kind of argument with someone where emotions got out of control. So now you're trying to get back on track. And with the Page of Swords here, that could mean that you have to have a difficult conversation with someone. The Page of Swords is about communication. It's also about someone who could be difficult in your life. You have to face some truths. You have to face some difficulties. Sometimes the page can be spying or gossip. You're worried about what people are saying. But in this case, I think it means that you need to look deeply into the situation. You need to look deeply into your motivations. What do I want from this relationship? Is this person right for me? I need to really look at the facts. I need to really look at what's going on so that I can make the right decision. Because the Lover's card is always about a choice. You could be trying to choose between two people. You could be trying to choose between two paths. It doesn't have to necessarily be two people, although traditionally the Lovers is a love triangle. In a relationship situation, it could mean that you're choosing between two people. So you have to look carefully and decide which one is right for me, which relationship is going to bring me this joy of the sun, where I am like a child enjoying myself with this person. You can have that, but it's going to mean cutting away some things that you don't want to face. Some things, it's going to mean getting rid of this need for revenge, this need to be hostile. That's not the way you solve conflict. It's going to mean making real change. And maybe it might even mean going for counseling, because these cards can sometimes relate to counseling. And then you have the Three of Swords. So if you've broken up with someone, you're really hurting. You're feeling a sense of loss, and you don't want to lose this person. There's heartache. Maybe you're afraid of losing this person. And another way that the Three of Swords can work is that you might need to cut away certain behaviors in your life or certain things that you know are not good for you. So it could be you're preparing yourself for better times, but you have to get rid of whatever's holding you back. And I think it would be good to have counseling during the month of August so that you can find out, where do I self-sabotage? How am I destroying the thing? I mean, I want all these things. I want love. I want relationship. I want to be happy. But where is my behavior? What am I not seeing about myself that I need to change? Where is my behavior contributing to the problem? Because it's never just one-sided. When you have a problem with someone, it's always two sides. It's not just the other person. So you have to stop placing the blame outside, and you have to look within and say, where and how am I contributing to the problem, and how can I change it? How can I change my behavior that will then change the outcome? And if you are separated from someone in the month of August, both people are hurting. It's not just you. It's also someone else who's hurting, feeling the loss. And I think that if you're willing to face the truth, that you might be able to salvage the relationship, because you have the sun here. And you have the potential to have a new beginning with the death card. Things are changing. But you can't you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You have to make some real changes, and that means being tough and cutting out, really looking closely at your life and cutting out either behavior or situations that just don't serve anymore. And then you can, you've had success in the past, so you know what that's like. And you can have that again. You might even, with the Hierophant and the Two of Wands here, you might even be thinking about forming a partnership that's a lot more solid in business even. If it's not love, then in business or career. But it may also involve letting go of some things that may make you feel sad to leave behind. So you might, change jobs or something. If you choose one path over another, you're going to have to leave something behind as you pursue this other path. Because with the Lovers, there's two paths. You choose one, you leave the other one behind. So there'll be some kind of sorrow over what you've left behind. But you'll also be having the joy of whatever you did choose. So make sure you really look at your life and choose wisely. Know whatever it is you need, and maybe you have to go to counseling to find out what that is, and that will help you make the decision so that you can have a good outcome, and you can choose wisely. So that's my message for August. It seems like you're going to be making some important decisions in August, important choices, and you have to really think carefully about what you really need for your happiness, because it's there for you. You just have to choose the right path. And don't be afraid of counseling. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you feel overwhelmed. It will only help you in the long run. So I wish you the best for August, Aries, and I think everything will be okay. Don't feel sad about what you have to leave behind. As they say, you have to crack some eggs to make an omelet. So you have to, life is, sometimes you have to just leave things behind. So have a good month of August, and I will talk to you in September. Thank you, Aries.